Come on, Eke, you are climber, you are fast, not to be blocked, Come on! For the story! Allez, Valentin! Allez!
Now with the new technology, everybody, we know the moment you need to be in the front, you need to be there, this important point. The front is rain, we have the wind, put each corner, roundabout, each sharp corner, mountain, downhill, speed bumps, everything. The bunch start speed up and then all the team needed to be in the front to do echelon and to stay in the front. 20, 21 years old, the riders, they are already strong because they start very early. They have everything already from the junior. They do like a professional. Now it's like that. We saw a lot of young guys immediately 20, 21, 22 win already a lot of race. You are very professional. You train well. You do good life. The sacrifice. Sometimes when we let them go the breakaway happened already. Maybe we don't close the gap anymore.
Davide Bramati. Should I say Brama?
Brama, yes, I prefer. Everybody call me with the Brama name.
So it's an honor to finally have you on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you too, for sure.
You're one of the most experienced directeurs sportif there is in the peloton today in the World Tour, together with Tom Steels and maybe a few others.
My colleague, yes, we are in a lot already. From a lot of year, we was all together in the bicycle, and now we are all together again in the car.
Yeah, in one of the most historical teams of the World Tour still. I mean, probably one of the oldest teams.
Yeah, I think everybody knows the team start 2003, but we was already before all together in Mapei, before to come when Quickstep born, we can say like that. And then now we are Sudal Quickstep, but is already is a lot a year.
It is, and that's what I would like to hear more about, because you entered the team in, was that 97?
I entered in Mapei in 97. I stayed in Mapei till 2002. And then Mapei stop sponsorization, and then with the big group we coming in Quickstep, and the team still now we are here 2025.
Exactly. So it's fantastic to be with you again. But before we start, I have 5 questions for you. You need to give a short answer. The first thing that comes to your mind. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so back in the early 90s, when you turned pro, riders weren't wearing helmets. What was your style back then? A cappellino, a headband, or the all-leather helmet?
Yeah,
cappellino.
Yes.
How would you put your cappellino?
In the other side. Every time I put the cappellino in the other side.
In the back?
Yes.
And then with the visor up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time. Yes.
Very stylish.
But okay. Maybe it was better to think and choose already in the past the helmet, but everything changed in the life.
Everything, yeah.
And also when I pass in professional, we don't have a phone. We needed to go on the road to find the cabin to call. Maybe we was in the line to wait one rider so offer the staff finish to call and then to put the money to call at home. But okay, this is life move front.
But we get into all of this later, because I got a lot of questions here for you also with the new technology of today. Next one, second question. Your all-time favorite team kit from the years with Mapei and Quickstep. The Mapei GP, the Mapei Quickstep, the Quickstep Davidemon, or the Quickstep Energetic. Which one is your favorite?
But I can say all the jersey I like. I think the last jersey was very nice because was with a lot of color all together, and then I think still after a lot of year again on the road the jersey.
That Mapei jersey was very iconic.
Yes,
indeed.
Yes.
You still see them on the road. So third question: what do you prefer, an old school map to unfold or a modern GPS system navigation?
Yeah, for sure. Now, you cannot stay in the back. I prefer GPX. It's more usual for everybody to go somewhere.
In racing today, I mean, racing has evolved a lot over the years. The same has training, regime, and technology and equipment, as you mentioned yourself. In a race situation, what would you prefer? The riders use a race radio or no race radios and race on instinct?
For sure, radio.
For safety reasons? Or
Okay, also so safety reason, but also because we are a sport director. I think if we look at the other sport or football or volley, the coach, they are there. If you cannot speak with your riders, I think we are professional. We are arriving the top of a level of what we love, we like. For this, for me, radio.
The radio, yeah.
Yes.
Still, I know on this team, also after talking to Tom Steels, I had him on the podcast last year. He also told me that you also let the riders race on instinct because they're the only ones who get the feeling inside of the group. When
some time I heard that they are like a robot, we needed to tell everything what they need to do. It's not true. It's like that.
No.
The riders, if we take example, sometimes riders go also before what we say or what we prepare before the start, the idea, the plan. For this is not every time what
on the radio. I mean, they're not robots. So, and they usually also the TV coverage you see in the car, you usually see 5 or 10 seconds, maybe later.
Minimum now, you know. Now, for sure, from 10 to 15 seconds, we are behind. And then if we say something to them, what we saw, for this is not like no always correct.
So, Brama, last question of the quick ones. This is a very tricky one. That's why I kept it as the last. What do you prefer? A dominant classics campaign for the team or winning a Grand Tour?
To win a Grand Tour, sorry. we are a Belgian team. I know that we have a big story. But also we have also story that Renko 2 years ago won a Vuelta for this. But I said a lot of time already when I stop cycling, I start sport director. That is nice also after 3 weeks to be there in the podium in the big tours. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. So this year, 2025, you're celebrating 35 years of history.
I coming old.
Working within the world of professional cycling. I mean, you retired as pro cyclist at the end of 2006. And then the following year started working already as DS for the team Quickstep. Why did you want to be a directeur sportif straight away and not take 1 or 2 years off?
No, because it was already my goal before I stopped in 2006. Maybe a lot of people, they don't know, but in Italy we needed to do the exam, the school was a level number 3. Now it's a little bit different. I need to start from 1, 2, and 3. And then I was lucky only to do number 3. And then I started 2 years before I stopped cycling. And then I said, I hope I can stay in the cycling because it's my life. I keep going with this. Still in my life. For this, till I have this passion, I don't want to stop. The day I will be wake up, and then I don't have this passion anymore for sure.
But how did this all come about? I mean, you're a pro cyclist. You rode for the same team for so many years, and then suddenly, from one day to the other, you're a team director. How did that transition happen? Did Lefebvre just hand you a contract, or how did it?
2005 already in the team. Was Patrick Lefebvre, and then it was Alvaro Crespi also, and then was Luca Guercilena, Parsani, was Italian people that they said maybe Brama can be good sport director, why not to give him the chance. And then I think thank you to Patrick, thanks to the group that we was in 2006 that they give to me the possibility to go to the race in the first 2 years and then improve. And then I think from 2009, 2010, I start to go alone. And then I think in my side, I think I did well. I hope to continue to do like that till the passion is there.
as long as you have this burning passion for what you do, meeting with the riders, helping also the new and younger generation.
Yeah. Now we have a lot different here, but in my head is like like you said, I'm here already from 35. I know that is not possible to come back, but my head still when I had 30 years old, I have a lot more. But you need to have a look at the ED, but you need to have in the head what you think, what you.
Do you also in big monuments like Roubaix or Flanders, where we know it's so important to be at the right place at the right time, depending also on the conditions. But when you go into the bergs on the Runde, you always have to be between the first 5 and 10 riders. You know it by heart, where the riders need to position themselves. But things sometimes changes, no?
Sometimes change. Now with the new technology, everybody, we know the moment you need to be in the front, you need to be there, this important point. We know now is different, we know everything. We know if in the front is rain, we have people stay 30-40 minutes in the front, the wind, and is a lot different, but for sure what is important, cycling have always a bicycle, 2 wheels, and riders in with the good legs, and then also with a good head for to win a classic.
To win a classic, yeah. Let's get into how you and the other sports directors on Soudal Quickstep, you prepare for a race. But before, I want to hear more about your first year, again, 2007, as a sports director. You knew the riders before, so you rode with them the year earlier.
But immediately I stopped career 2006 in the Giro d'Italia, but 2 weeks later I was already in the car with Wilfried Peters in Tour de Suisse, and then we won immediately the first 2 stages with the Bonen and the Nuyens. I think for me was a very good start.
It was a really straight on.
Immediately to enter in the car to win was already special because the grit, the motivation was there. It was nice.
With all these years of experience, working your way through the peloton, the group, inside of the group, then suddenly you had to be behind the steering wheel. Was that nerve-wracking? Was it, you were giving support to Bettini, Bonen, Verpedegem, all these star riders.
Luckily to have very strong riders. Thank you to the team that the riders coming, and then also Patrick buy always good riders. And for sure when I stop, in the bicycle you have 2 wheels, in the car you have 4. It's not easy. Now more and more, because also we talked before about security. But like 20 days ago we did driving with the BMW for security, and then was to learn, calm, easy. I think if you have a passion like that, you want to do well, you can.
You can do it, yeah.
Yes.
Important is to stay calm, I imagine, even though sometimes from this inside of the car footage that we see on YouTube from the races, there is a lot of emotions and things going on.
This is my passion. This is I love this because sometimes I think, I like to be again in the bicycle, but I cannot because the year passing for everybody. And but this is my passion. I think. I'm not jealous, I don't have ego. I like when all the riders win from the team. Sometimes also the other riders win, we cannot win. I'm also happy, but for sure when I'm a part of the victory to see our riders.
Yeah, it's special.
It's very special.
It's very special, yeah.
Yes.
How many kilometers do you drive a year in the team car, you think?
I don't know how many, but in the last year I like also to go more in the race with the car. If I need to go to Belgium and to use my car from Italy to the race, but no, maybe 25,000-30,000 case to driving for sure. My car of the team now has 48,000. But after the race I'm in the bus, I don't drive, it's the mechanico, the masseur. But I think almost 25,000 from 30 maybe I think is possible.
How many kilometers do you manage to ride your bike a year then?
Well, no, not a lot. If I arrive at 2,000 cases, already a lot now. okay, now I start again last year. Also now I did a lot of rollers in the winter to try to lose some weight. But okay, not a lot, to do 1 day and then maybe we need to go to the race. You cannot use the bicycle for 10 days to start is always very hard. Normally I do some time after the Giro and then in the winter.
What about after a race and things didn't really work out the way that the team had planned? And maybe at the finish line, your rider got second, just barely beaten by a centimeter on one of a very important classic race. That rider is so angry, maybe throwing around with the helmet when he gets to the bus. How do you handle such a critical situation?
No, normally it's better don't speak immediately to the riders after the race, because adrenaline still there.
Yeah.
You never know for sure if we won or we win, we go in the bus, everybody's happy. If maybe we lose for, like you said, for nothing, and then it's better to wait, the riders take shower, we have the trip to go to the hotel, or maybe if it's the race off 1 day, we need to go all together to the airport, there is a time. But sometimes we need to understand the riders. Now cycling is more and more very hard. The level is very high. Everybody, we saw what happened after lockdown.
Yeah.
The riders, they go very full gas all the race. For this, sometimes we need to understand very well that I remember also that when it was riders very hard for this. Sometimes we need to understand when the riders, they are tired or they are nervous.
Yeah, that's true. You mentioned a lot of things that you like about being a DS, and also I can hear from what you're saying that it's your second family, and it has to be.
Yes, also because in my career, also when I was riders, I don't change almost team. With the group, I pass in professional with Diana Colnago. After there, I go to Lampre. From Lampre, we go to Mapei. From Mapei, we come in here. I was always with almost the same group. For this, for me, is like now we are a very big family. Now the family coming always more big because is always more job also for our staff. Our staff is very important: mechanic, masseur, physio, bus drive. I don't forget nobody, but for everybody is very hard. It's always more and more also to do trip, to go right and left. For this, we needed to tell also thank you to the staff because it's very part of this big family.
Yeah, and you guys, you call also the Wolfpack, but it's a family thing that connects everybody. Also the Wolfpack, that everyone support each other.
Yeah. When somebody have some problem, for sure we try to help, and then to see because we are on the road a lot of days. And then also when we are not all together, you need always to speak with somebody, and then this is very important.
What do you think then on the flip side? What are the bad bits and what are the worst bits of being a DS? Maybe being away from your family in Italy for a long time. Are there anything that you dislike about your job?
Yeah, I'm with my wife from already. I did the wedding already a lot of years ago. My wife, she knows that I like very well this job. And then I know sometimes she like that I stay home. But she understand. For this also thank you to her. I know that one day I needed to stop. But like I said before, for sure till I have this passion what keep going. She knows. For this, for sure, for 3, 4, 5 years, she understand, and then in the next 5 years or 4, I will see.
Yeah. But she knows you're happy, and that's the most important.
Yeah. For
you
this,
call
she
her.
understand.
Yeah.
She knows that sometimes she say to me, "Where you live?" Because you are already a lot at home, like now in the winter. And in the winter, I was also, like I said before, to the meeting, to service course, and this, you you cut a little bit the holiday after the Lombardia race to come here in Calpe.
But then she also gets enough of you at some point, like, okay, now you need to go and get back on the road. Brama, let's talk a little bit about race preparation. How many hours or minutes do you and the other sports directors need to prepare for an important Grand Tour stage or an important race?
Is a lot, depend for each sport director. If I speak for my side, for sure, I need a lot of hours because, like you said before, now technology go in the front. You have a program, we need to put everything in. We prepare also the strategy in television for the riders. And in my side is a lot of work. To prepare a big tour, you need almost 30 days to prepare the 21 stage of the big tour, to prepare the race of one day or the race of one day you can do in 1 day to prepare everything. In the race of 5 or 6, 7 days, you need maybe 5 or 6 days. Every day you do something to do well. But now also for us the job is more to prepare and also the bottle plan. Okay, when we are in the race, I'm not alone, I'm with my colleague. For this we split the job. But when you are the first sport director, you have to do a little bit more. In my side, you need more days, more hours to work at home.
Do you also upload the stage on the rider's Garmin with the pins where you have maybe a soigneur on the road, or where there would be...
Yes. We put each corner, each roundabout, each sharp corner, mountain, downhill, speed bumps, everything.
Everything. But is that only on VeloViewer in the car, or is it also on the rider's Garmin?
No, we put in VeloView, and then the riders, if they want, they put also in the Garmin. But I think it's better. We have in VeloView, and then the riders, they stay concentration, because maybe sometime if you continue to look down, I think also for security is better to look in the front. We have a radio also for this, to try to help in the bad moment for security the riders.
But today, when all teams probably use the same apps, VeloViewer, Google Street View, records of speeds, like and check the weather. There are probably 10 different weather apps.
Yeah, these now to predict sometime, the weather, nobody can predict 100%, but we are very close sometimes maybe some shower, but like you said, with all these... what I can say, with all information, everybody we are in the same level now.
Because before we had all these amazing apps, then, for example, you would maybe have sent out, could it be a soigneur or somebody on the course 20, 30 kilometers ahead of the riders, and they would call to the team car saying that, when after that corner, they will go into a heavy crosswind section now, where you need to make sure we get everyone to the front. And, but now every team has this information.
Yes. For this, when it's like that, the bunch start speed up, and then all the team needed to be in the front. Everybody knows. Sometimes you need also the legs to be there to do echelon and to stay in the front. And but this is the technology, this is the cycling, and for sure in the future maybe we have something more.
Yeah, that will probably be something more. Yeah,
for sure. Like if we look the clothes, the bicycle, the tires, everything move up. The heat, what we eat, the riders, we are in the front a lot now. We don't know what we can change.
No, because if you look, the last few years have seen the highest average speeds ever in almost every race. Not only the Grand Tours, stage races, one-day races.
Because all the riders now, they know you are very professional, you train well, you do good life. The training, for sure, if you do well one day, pay the sacrifice, and then you are there. For this, when you go in the race, you find always half of the bunch is the goal of them, For this, the speed will be always the same, very high and hard for the bunch, for the riders.
Very hard, yeah. A lot of the racers, also the feedback that we hear, like back in the, I'm not saying back in the day when, everyone would start out slowly, maybe there'll be a breakaway going away, but you would just let them go, just keeping them in a line, so
but sometimes when we let them go the breakaway happened already, maybe we don't close the gap anymore. Also the riders in the breakaway now, in the last 4 years after lockdown, they check also the watt, they play with the bunch play with them, but then sometimes breakaway right to the finish. For this, because also the riders in the front, sometimes, we catch them maybe at 20, 10 km to go. What we think in our team is always better to close the gap at 20 km to go, because never know. And then sometime we are right closed, or maybe sometime the breakaway go to the finish. For this, sometime when the breakaway go to the finish, also congratulations to them, because they did a very big number.
Yeah, it's not easy. But then in the car, would you then, if you see that this could become dangerous, that the breakaway get to the finish, will you call somebody other teams and ask them for help and
try,
collaborate?
But sometime there is the team, they wait, because Sudal step need to win. They know that our mentality is to win. If we lose the race, we want to lose in the line. We don't want to lose 1 case to go. For this, sometime maybe we do mistake. We use all the riders, and maybe only the lead out, the sprint. We don't use it. But this is our mentality. This is our mentality for sure. We cannot change this, what we have in our team.
No. I mean, there's this winning mentality on the team. And if it doesn't work out, what I see with all the riders is then the following day, everyone just right up to the start line, like if there was day one, of a stage race, everything what happened yesterday is forgotten. Now there's a new day, a new chance.
Sure. We need to look
back on
in the
horse.
front.
Yeah.
What happened yesterday, we be remember. Maybe we analyze what happened. That maybe there was better keep going. Don't let them go again 30 seconds to the breakaway. Was better to keep going. And maybe when you stay very close also to the breakaway, in some moment also the breakaway lose the moral, because they start to think they will catch me. But okay, now with the television also, everybody go full gas. You are alive. Now 90% of the race is in live. A lot of people look, and then you like also when family or friend or support offer you, they saw you in the front to try to win the race. For this you go 100% full gas.
Right. If you had to pick race from the Classics campaign that you really would like the team to win,
I think Flanders Roubaix. I hope this is the dream every year for the team, but if no will be possible, Flanders Roubaix, I can say also Liège, because still in Belgium, this is the 3 race the team will love.
Yeah.
And this will be very, very beautiful if we can bring back one of these 3 races in our team.
Yeah, the team has won a lot of Flanders and Roubaix in the past, and also with Remco, the Liège. So, yeah.
I know that will be easy. We know what happened in the last 3-4 years. We have 2-3 riders very strong. For this, will be easy, but never know.
Never know
what can happen. The race finish in the line. For this, we see. We cross a finger, and then we see if it will be possible or not.
Well, definitely all the best of luck for that.
Yes.
I think, Brama, one of the things when talking about technology before, one thing that crossed my mind, what I thought of in the few years I rode professional, but probably even more with you, what I like from technology as a cyclist.
Yeah.
It's probably when you get that GPX file from the finish line, then if you had to ride back to your hotel, you probably also ended up in the past like me, getting lost on the countryside, trying to find a hotel.
It's true. These when it was riders we don't have, we needed to go to have a look at the sign.
Yeah.
Maybe we found the sign of the hotel. Yes, but we don't do a lot of time. Normally when is from 3 to 7 or 8, maximum 10, maybe the riders they want to go to the hotel in the bicycle is like cooling down without do the rollers outside of the bus. They enter, they take, they recover, and then they go. And then sometimes it's also more fast because in some race you finish, a lot of support, a lot of public, when all the bus move, when all the car move. For sure, when is a short case to go to the hotel, also sometimes riders, they like to go in the bicycle.
When UCI decided to cut down the size of the team at the races from 9 to 8 riders, did that change anything tactically for the team? Like you would go into a stage race where before you could both focus on a sprinter and a GC rider, or don't you think it didn't really have so much an importance?
No, for sure. If we look in the back, and then when it was possible also in the big tour start in 9, like you said, or now in the classic before it was 8, and now we start in 7. For sure, in the day of in the race of one day, don't change a lot because we are everybody the same. Also in the big tour, but when you start in 8 in the big tour, and maybe you have immediately some problem in the first week, and maybe you lose some riders. It's not easy to go 3 weeks with the less riders to the end. Okay, one is not a lot, but for sure, if it was one more, also the riders they prefer. We have less stress to do the program for the riders, to put the riders in the race. Sometimes when we do the program, we look this race. We have 8, and then we need 2 out 1. Sometimes it's not easy 2 out 1. Also for the big tour 2 out 1. Maybe sometimes we see was better to have a 9, and then we don't have a problem. But this. Now it's like that, for sure. It continue to be like that.
And UCI did this move due to safety reasons.
Also for this, because at the end they could, when we go in the big tour, we start in 22, 23 team, is already 22, 23 riders less. Also in the race of one day, and the bunch coming 174 is not anymore 200.
Yeah.
For sure, also for this, they did for security.
Yeah.
For sure.
Earlier you mentioned of the younger generation of riders that they invest a lot in themselves already from junior. I mean, they already live a similar lifestyle as the professionals from a young age. They probably won't have a long career like yourself, like to the age of, I think, 38 when you retired. Because I think if you're so serious from the beginning, you probably can't live this lifestyle for very, very long. I mean, they're so concentrated in it and they give everything. Do you sometimes have to pull some also the younger riders aside to tell them, think about, you still have a lot of years ahead of you. You don't need to win all the key races before you turn 25.
Yeah, but if you wait till 25 to win the race, now everybody will think it's too late. Because now 20, 21 years old, the riders, they are already strong because they start very early, like you said. They have everything already from the junior, they do like a professional. But what I wanted to say is that maybe the team, they have a good junior in the team or good Devo riders in the team, cioè under 23 riders in the team, to do good gestation to him to when they signed a contract to professional, like in the WorldTour, they have again a step to improve because from there the career start, and then is also before is a job, but from there is a true job that you can have a good contract for a lot of year, and at the end you can have a good money in the bank because it's like that. Everybody work also for to have something in the life. And but for sure, when they start from a junior, I don't know if the career will be long like me. I did 17 years in the bunch.
17 years is unbelievable.
Yes, I did 17 years. I did a lot of big tour. I think now will be very hard for the young guys to think to do longer career like that. But it's important with the career they will do. They do very well. They do very professional because cycling stay always hard, more and more, because everybody they do well. When you training well, you do well, you do sacrifice. One day they will pay, and for sure you will be happy.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right about that. But it's also not forgetting about having fun. Some little bit also detaching yourself, because when you rode the off season was also longer than it is today. Today it's really short, and
it's like you said, for sure need also to be fun. Sometimes young guys they think, I'm already there, but it's not true. Before you arrive, take also fun. You need to be fun. Take cycling like joke till when you have the true contract in professional. But you need to do well, because if you don't do, you don't find the contract now. Now it's like that, and we saw a lot of young guys immediately 20, 21, 22 to win already a lot of race. I think we can say also us. I think Renko was the first riders junior to come in professional, and then maybe somebody was not optimist to do like that, but I think the gestation of the team with him was okay. In the first year he don't did a lot of race. If we look what he won already, I think he's incredible.
He's an exceptional talented cyclist.
Renko for the moment is not a lot in the bunch. Everybody knows. We know the name for this, but this is this. Everybody look the champion like him, like Pogacar, like Van der Poel, like Vingegaard, like Van Aert. We have these riders, the superstar, and then everybody they want to be the same. And then it's not easy, but it's important if they arrive and they see that they cannot do the same, because you need to be very champion, very talent, but to try to do good career like I did. I was a champion. I don't win a lot, but I do the good career.
So you got the riders you just mentioned before, those superstars, those riders that are just on a completely different level. Is there today in the pro peloton like a patron like you had it back in the day with Benaino, Indurain, Museo, Cancellara also, that big boss?
No, for sure I had good to be in the bunch with some riders you said, and then they was a very talent. I think in the past was more riders in the same level. Now we have these 6-10 riders that when they are in condition, you know that if no happen nothing in the race, they are there. For this, the other they know will be hard today to win. But behind is a lot of riders in the same level. Che sometimes they found goal to beat them. Like I said, I never know what happened when the race finished the line, you know.
Yeah, but what I'm looking for here is also like with Francesco Mosea or the Sheriff or Mikel Indurain. I remember watching it was a Tour de France stage, many in the 90s.
Yeah, but the life change, you know, there before cycling was sometime also we can't stop, we put one in the front to go to buy ice cream. Now you cannot do like that. Now, sometime, I think every time when you are in the bunch, you are not a friend outside. A lot they are friends. They go training all together with a different team. But now when you are in the bunch, you know I need to do 100% for me and for the team. For this, you know, it's not time anymore to think. Sometimes they don't have time also to speak. In the past, we have a time maybe to speak when the breakaway was gone. Now when the breakaway is gone, take 1 minute 30. You take a radio, you tell today you need to start immediately. Bunch go in line, they stay in line all day.
Yeah, there's still a lot of respect. I mean, that's what I hear from you.
For sure, for me, yes, I have sometimes the people speak, okay, it's no respect, okay. We have some people that they break before, some people they don't break before. But some people sometimes they don't break because maybe they don't have good legs, but they want to be there for him, for the team, to help the leader. It's not easy to be in the head of 174 riders for each race.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Brama, I have two last questions for you because I know that you need to run here in a minute because you got a meeting. What would be your best moment or best day as a rider back in your days or as a sports director?
Okay, I think my best day in the bicycle, okay, I have a lot, but maybe if I start to think the victory of Vuelta, because I won in the big tour, and when I was in Zolder with the national team Italian, and then Cipollini won the world.
2002, right?
2002 in Zolder, right? I think there was the dream ready from a lot of months. We training also a lot of time all together with different. We was in the different team, but in the summer we training all together some time in Tuscany, I remember. And then the dream come true to be part to the victory of the world champion and to be with the jersey of the Italian Federation was very nice.
Something special. I still remember those images with Cipollini crossing the line first with his arms in the air, but also Bettini just a few rows back also with his arms in the air. It was a fantastic moment.
I think it was a very nice day.
Last one here. What piece of advice would you give to someone new to the DS role, getting behind the wheel for the first time as a sports director? What advice would you give to somebody who is stepping in to the World Tour as a sports director?
Like I said before, you need to do well your job. You need to be very professional. If you are very professional, you do everything well, one day for sure what you did, you will be happy. Because you did everything 100% for your job. This for me is the first important thing. You need to, now cycling, like I said before, is always more hard. You need to be very professional. Because if you train well, you do well, you eat well, everything you do for you is for the future. And this is very important. You need to fun, you need to love, but it's also hard, but you need to do sacrifice in the cycling. Because if you sit down, you do nothing.
Yeah.
You need to work hard, the hard job, you will pay.
It will pay off, yeah.
Yes, for sure.
I think it was a really good way to wrap up this episode with Davide Bramati, better known as Brama. Thank you very much for joining the podcast here today. I know it's where you have some busy days here at the training camp.
But this is normal day. We love this. Thank you to you.
Yeah, no, thank you,
Davide.
Thank you
for
Davide.
the interview, for everything. It was nice, very nice. I hope it will happen again. We will see.
Yeah, we'll definitely love to get you back on the podcast in the future.
Thank you very much to everybody.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
We are also running a contest together with the team as we celebrate a huge milestone for the Castelli podcast show. With over 600,000 plays and downloads in just our second year of the show. So we want to give something back to you, our listeners. We are giving away 2 VIP hospitality tickets to the 2026 Tour of Flanders. To enter, all you need to do is leave a comment either on the Castelli YouTube channel, where you will find the video interview with Brama, or on the Spotify episode, sharing your favorite quick step moment or rider from the past 23 years. So I'm talking history from 2003 through 2025. We'll randomly pick the 2 winners on December the 7th, 2025, and announce them right here on the podcast and in the comments section on YouTube and Spotify. So if you ever dreamed of experiencing the Runde up close with the Wolfpack, this is your chance. All the best of luck. And that's a wrap of this week's episode. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to subscribe, give us a 5-star rating to help us be seen by other cyclists in the algorithm. And if you want to suggest a future podcast topic, just shoot us a line at podcast@castelli-cycling.com or hit us up on socials. I'll also drop Brama's contact details and other important information from this episode in the show notes. Thank you again for tuning in, and see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.